Hi folks, welcome into the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we're gonna do a double review, in this case these two Blu-rays from Curzon for these Lars von Trier movies. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for this double review of these Lars von Trier movies, The Idiots and Dance in the Dark, released by Curzon. But before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're interested in physical media, especially Blu-ray reviews, but also other physical media collecting talk. Besides that, you can also find me on Instagram, same handle, Physical Media EU, where I post little photos of all the items that I review. With that said, and before jumping into these specific releases, I want to mention about Lars von Trier, who is a Danish director, quite controversial, has directed a lot of very interesting projects. In my case, my favorite is Melancholia, which is a movie that unfortunately doesn't have a 4K release yet, and is definitely at the top of my wish list. I hope this happens someday. Recently in Copenhagen, there was an exhibition about his work. I'll show some photos as I speak. And I was lucky enough to get to visit the art gallery of these exhibitions, but unfortunately not the bigger one. Now shifting the topic to physical media, Curzon has a very nice box set of 14 discs. You can see the photo here. It's an absolutely amazing box set, but the downside is that all the movies are in Blu-ray, and for example, the movie Breaking the Waves came out in 4K after this box set was released. So I think it's a little bit of a pity that such a beautiful box set is not as definitive, because there are upcoming 4K releases of the movies. And earlier this year, some of the movies got individual releases, like is the case of these two, and also Dogville, which I don't have yet. But since I have these two, I of course want to show them in the channel. So let's begin with the unboxing of The Idiots. So here you can see the front of the slipcover and the back. Also, now if you want to pause the video, it's a good time. And now moving on, if we take out the movie, here we find the case with the same cover and the same back. And I apologize for the light reflection that you see there, but that's why I post these little photos on Instagram. Now moving on, if we open this up, we find the disc here, and as you can see, it's a transparent case. But the good thing is that one can remove the cover and is reversible. So if you prefer this kind of cover that is in line with other Curzon releases, you can do that. And as one can see here in the back, the movie is region B, but also pay attention to the age restriction of this. Is 18 years old and plus. That's because the movie has a lot of nudity and some quite intense sex scenes. Now moving on to the bonus features, let me read those real quick for you. And it's quite packed with a lot of things. For example, making of another video called Dogma Wave from the North, a web conversation with Lars von Trier, looking back at The Idiots, behind the scenes, another behind the scenes in documentary format, also a Dogma music video, a canned interview with Lars von Trier, a theatrical trailer, and more. So definitely packed with stuff. Another thing to mention is that the language of the movie is Danish, and the disc includes only English subtitles. And regarding picture quality, this movie that was filmed in 4:3 format and is respected in this disc, I have to say that I was not very impressed with the quality. Of course, I don't know the state of the source material they had to work with to make this transfer. And also, I have not watched the movie before as to make a comparison of how it looked before. But with that clarification, I can say at least that is not impressive quality what you get here. But at the same time, I don't think this movie is gonna get any better anytime soon. So for the time being, this is a nice release to have. Now moving on to The Dancer in the Dark. You can see the cover here, and let me see if I can, and it's a little hard to put it on the video, but maybe you can see on the top of the title, those dots is the title written in Braille. So that's a very, very nice detail, in my opinion, from the people of Curzon. Now the back, you can see here also with the special features, all the contents of the disc, and also the synopsis. Also region B, and in this case the movie is recommended for, and in this case the age restriction is from 15 years old, not 18 like The Idiots. Now if we remove the slipcase, here we find this other cover. You can see the back. Now we open it up. The first difference we notice is that this has a booklet of sorts. We'll open it now in a second, and of course you have here the disc. Now the booklet is not a booklet per se, is a poster, so let's check that out. You can see there is the same cover as in the Blu-ray case. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's like this or like this. I'm not sure if it matters too much. And even though it's nice, this is a poster I don't think I'll ever hang. And then if we turn around, here we see the image of Björk. And then all this other text you can see here is actually the lyrics of all these songs that are included in the movie, which are all composed by Björk. So it is definitely very nice that it was included in the release, and at the same time it's a shame that nothing was included in the one for the Idiots. So this release already feels more special because it includes this poster slash booklet, whatever, and it includes also this detail on the slipcover. In my opinion, that's a very nice touch. Now moving on to the picture quality of Dances in the Dark. Again, not very impressed by the quality, but I think that is better than the one from the Idiots. And for me, at least, I like the movie more as well. So in my opinion, this is a very nice release to have if you have to choose only one of these. Now moving on to the bonus features of this disc. There is a behind the scenes documentary, a commentary audio track with the director Lars von Trier and also sound designer Per Strutt, another commentary audio track with the choreographer Vincent Patterson, also a video called 100 Cameras Capturing Lars von Trier Vision, another video about choreography, an interview with the director, and also the theatrical trailer. Now that we went over both of the releases, I have to say that especially for this one, I would have expected it to be a little bit more premium, as it doesn't feel very special, and this one specifically feels a little cheap. I feel like it's a little bare bones, there's like nothing too special about it. On the other hand, this one, being almost the same, has a couple more details that make it a nice release. Curzon has very nice special releases. I have made reviews, for example, for Paris, Texas, and more recently Flow. You can find the links in the corner for those. But on the other hand, these other releases are way more simpler. Also way cheaper, so at least they are quite affordable. So I would love to hear in the comments if you have watched these movies and if you're trying to add this to your collection. That's all for the review. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also remember to check on Instagram for detailed photos of the release. You're welcome to follow there as well. And again, drop a comment. I would love to hear what you think about these movies and which one you think is the best Lars von Trier movie. Thank you so much for watching and see you all at Okie Dogs.